these stories that are spinning. And then you hear a story that comes out that 3 crypto billionaires died. I don't know if you saw that one or not. If you want to pull that up, go a little lower, zoom in and go a little lower. 3 crypto bosses died in recent weeks. I think these guys were all billionaires. Nikolai Musherian, 29 years old. Tian Kulander, 30 years old. And Vyacheslav Tehran, 53 years old. All of a sudden, they all died within a week. It's kind of weird.
Do you know what countries they're from?
I mean, it's all over the place. One is Russia. Anyways, you can kind of see where these stories are coming from. Russian entrepreneurs are one of them. The causes of deaths are helicopter, stay at the top. I was reading it. Helicopter crash while sleeping and drowning. Kind of weird. Helicopter crash while sleeping and drowning.
Those are the 3 different
Those are the 3, which that's a little weird for them.
Helicopter
So one
crash
near
while
Monaco
sleeping and drowning.
And then, so this is kind of weird. Now, here's the part. Some of these guys who know a lot, if they know, I don't know if you've seen the story or not. If not, I can read it for you, Michael, if you're not following it. So the 53-year-old Russian is the 3rd cryptocurrency boss to be found dead under his mysterious circumstances after his helicopter crash near Monaco. Indeed, it appears that the crash occurred in good weather conditions and after another passenger allegedly canceled the flight last minute, thus raising suspicions. For these very reasons, the deputy prosecutor from Nice, who visited the scene, said that the fault of a third party cannot be ruled out. Terran, co-founder of the trading and investment platform Libertex and Forex Club, and was flying from Lausanne with an experienced pilot in a single-engine H-130 helicopter when it crashed around 1 p.m. on 25th of November. The 35-year French pilot was also killed. Anyways, we can go on with all these stories. So here's the part. So you're seeing how Maxine Waters and many of these folks, he had an event with Bill Clinton, he had an event with a lot of these guys, they're being extremely, extremely respectful to this SBF guy. Now, as a street person who grew up watching power plays and different kind of things being done and who respected who for what motives, they're being very careful with this guy. Does he know some things that they don't want people to know about? Is there some speculation there? Did these 3 bosses on the crypto side that are going, there's a lot of conspiracy theories that you're hearing about. Just a lot of weird things going on in your space, okay? Do you have any commentary on everything I just said here?
Yeah, well, helicopters are dangerous. That's my first comment. Probably 10 to 20x more dangerous than traveling in an airplane. And, Kobe, died in a helicopter. Lots of people die in helicopters. So that's tragic if it's just a helicopter wreck. There's a war in Ukraine. There's Russians, Ukrainians are caught in a life and death struggle, and so there's a ton
The difference is if LeBron, Kobe, and Michael died the same week, it's a little weird.
No, I'm agreeing with you. If you're a Russian with access to a huge amount of money moving freely through Europe in the middle of in a time period when there's a war between Ukraine and Russia, right? You got to wonder what money was moving to whom, and
right.
Maybe
that's why I asked what country these guys were located in.
Maybe you stiffed the wrong person. I don't know, but I don't have any insight one way or the other. What I'd say is be careful around helicopters. That's my first thing I'd say. Second, it's not easy in Europe right now for a Ukrainian or a Russian, right? It's not easy for anybody, especially for someone in the middle of a war. It's a tough time. Third, I think everybody wants to interview Sam because Sam's the big get, and if you can get him in front of your committee, you get all the TV cameras on you. It's a huge media, score. And it's not very often that someone that stole $10 billion is willing to give interviews, right? And my thought about that is it's obvious he stole billions from creditors. He stole billions from investors. He stole billions from depositors. They're going to do 5 movies, probably 3 TV shows, 4 books, and there's going to be 1,000 lawsuits, and you're going to be reading about this horrific findings for the next 5 years on this thing. And it may take years and years for them to sort out everything that happened. And so it's not surprising to me that the wheels of justice would move slowly just because it's so complicated. But if you're in the industry and you have a modicum of common sense and some, life experience, you look at it and you say, what happened? Well, it's pretty obvious what happened. It's kind of like they got high on free money. You know, I created a $100 million token. It became $1 billion token. Then I could borrow against it. Holy crap, I could borrow $2 billion against $1 billion token. If you could borrow $2 billion against $1 billion air token and it only costs $10 million a day to get your air token to double in value, wouldn't you be tempted to recycle the money you borrowed back into the money you counterfeited? So it just got to be too easy. And once they got to that point, right, they go from nothing to he's worth nothing in 2018 or 2019 to being worth $20 billion. Now you've got politicians, you've got Clinton, you've got Tony Blair, you've got everybody in the world wants to talk to me. I'm on the front cover of every magazine. It goes to your head, and then you just want to go harder, and then at some point you start to embellish and cut corners this way and that way, and it's like if you're going, speed kills. You start going fast enough, at some point you're going 180 miles an hour down a highway, and then you decide to take a rocky road and you fly off the side of the road, and everything is just fine until you go off the road. Then you look down, you realize it's a 500-foot drop, and you're going 180 miles an hour, and at that point, you're going to go up in a ball of flame. You can't pull it back.
Order your Future Looks Bright hat. Click over here, and to watch the entire podcast, click here. Take care, everybody.